Hey friends, I hope you guys are all doing great. I want to do another video, show you some things that have improved, some things that have been changing since the last video, which I think has only been a little over a month, and it's been quite a bit, at least for us. So let's get into the video and let me show you what's been going on. So this is our front porch. If you saw our last video, I'll link it here. You can see that I scooted the table over just a bit. It actually makes my porch look a lot bigger. I am loving it. And it gives you this beautiful view, which I'll be talking about in a little bit, how we've changed it up, how we've brought our trees higher up and given us a lot more gardens. Here is our tree in the front. Just as I said, I did add some of that grass over here. I love the appearance that it's giving. It's so pretty. And I think next year for summer, around the very base of the tree, I'm going to put a bunch of petunias that are purple and just make this like a green and purple blue garden. I'm super excited because I think these are blue angel hostas and they have these beautiful little purple flowers. Here's a little update of our beautiful hydrangea, I think paniculata. I'm not sure. I'm going to look that up, and if I find the true name, I will put it down at the bottom. Look at how beautiful. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that the flowers go from white to pink. Oh, I just love it. And right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot of bees, but earlier in the day, this thing gets swarmed with all different types of bees. Honeybees, not so much bumblebees, but honeybees and a bunch, oh, here's one, and a bunch of different types of wasps. No, I think this looks good. This is what we got off Amazon, and these cute little baskets. No, they did not come together, but I'll be linking them, and we're about to hang these cuties up right now. Drill a little bit. Oh my gosh. This hole just fell out of the wood. Nice. This is what's going to make it look really pretty and cool. Look at that, so pretty. Now some words from my husband on how to make this beautiful fence.
All right, so we've been getting a lot of questions and comments about our decorative privacy fence and asked some questions about how we built it. First, let me just kind of share why we built it. So first off, last year or maybe 2 years ago now, we built this gate. But if you look over here, there's this gap in these hedges, and we wanted to make sure that our boys are not just wandering off out of the yard, and we don't want anybody unwanted wandering in our yard. So we had to put something here because this bush was not growing in a way that we felt would be safe. So just to kind of go in now about how I built it. So it was actually pretty simple. I got two 4x4s, pressure treated. I don't know if you can kind of see it here. You can show them on the bottom there. They can see kind of what it looks like in the ground. I dug two holes, one for each, as close to 24 inches as I could, and then just got one bag of Quikrete concrete bags, one for each hole, and we just put the 4x4s in each hole, measured it so that they are lined up well with each other, and then poured one bag for each hole of the concrete. Follow the directions on the bag to make sure that the poles were set. We waited about 24 hours for that concrete to set. At that point, you can't see it because the fence boards are in the way. We would have to go to the back side to really show you. But I do have two 2x4s, one around here to connect both 4x4s together, and then one towards the bottom. That just gives it more stability. And then after that, that's the easy part, is we just got these fence boards, just traditional fence boards. And instead of doing it vertically like you normally see for usual fences, my wife liked the idea of having them horizontally instead. And so what we did for this separation is we actually just used one of the fence boards, stuck it in here so that we can have consistent separation in between each one of them. And so I just took some nails and some hammers, or I think I screwed them in actually.
Mm-hmm.
I screwed them in. And using the spacers, we went all the way down as far as we could to the bottom. And then we also liked the idea of covering the edges. So we just took another fence board and put it right here vertically on each side to kind of give it more of a finished look. After that, the fence looked really great, but it definitely needed something else, right? So we ended up planting some plants here, some kind of shade garden plants. And then, as Danielle showed, we got these hooks with these baskets on Amazon. We can link those in the bio. And some pretty annual plants here to kind of finish the overall look.
So now that you guys have seen the fence, which is over here, I had showed you last video this beautiful box, and look how much it has grown. These plants are incredibly happy. This side tends to get a little bit more sun. The left side gets more sun than the right side, so you can definitely tell there's a growth difference. And some of my plants are getting hidden, but oh my goodness, I love this. I love this box. It makes me so happy. It's so beautiful. So proud of my husband. But look at that, you guys. I had to come show you guys this. So today, Joelle and I have decided to put some hedges right here by our house. This is the end of our fence line, and we want to put some pretty hedges to go along with that like little garden over there. And we got some really great boxwoods that I'll show you in a minute that we are going to be putting. They get like 4 to 6 feet, but they're really big. So we're going to be digging out all over here from the edge of this, and we're just going to make a straight line, kind of like a box, and connect it. We're going to be doing an image like this. This is what is inspiring us, you know, courtesy of Chat GPT, of course, everybody, right? And then I don't know, we'll just see where it goes, but definitely going to start off with the boxwoods. Cutie. Really quick, I'm going to show you guys what we just did to the arbors in our front. Look at that. We lifted them up. They look so beautiful. Now I need some more plants, and my little boy is calling me. What's up? What you got? A snack?
Yeah.
For me and you?
Baby.
For you and your baby? Okay. Every stuffed animal is a baby. So look at this. Isn't this great? Now I did decide that these little trees, I don't like the shape anymore. We also want to move it. I don't think this looks really good there against the arbors. I think it's like a lemon spruce or cypress. I'm sorry, lemon cypress. So if you pick a little piece off of it, it smells just like lemon. It's amazing. What's he doing? So we ended up lifting it up. I cannot wait to put some like hostas back there. And also now this area looks super crowded and congested. I'm going to end up moving some things around. Definitely this guy. Maybe that. Probably these two hydrangeas too are going to get moved. But look at that. I just love it. I'm like in love all over again. It's given a whole different vibe to the front of the house. You can see my plants through it. And since then also, I think I mentioned to you guys earlier that we were going to move around some plants, and I did. So let me show you what we did exactly. The blue hosta in the far back used to be right here because I had one on each side, and yeah, might have been a bit much, but that's what I did. So I ended up moving it back there. I moved the coral bell plant forward, and then I scooted this plant over because everything used to be center right here in this little section. And well, now it looks more spread out and just the way it should be. I also put this little grass plant, and everything is doing wonderful. I'm like super impressed with how much everything is taking off and growing. And I used to, where this is actually a baby arbor growing right now. It's been hiding underneath these lavenders, so I gave it its own spot. I did have a second lavender plant there, but I decided to move it here. And it's finally doing better. It was like a little wilty, but I can tell that things are looking up for it. We also put another one of these little gray grass plants back here. I really want to put some hostas back here. Something like what I always strive for are things that are going to do well in our yard, give us a beautiful appearance, and not take too much water or get upset when there's some sun on it, because this area, now that we've brought the arbors higher, they are going to receive a lot more sun than normal. And then I think I'm going to move this little blue hydrangea probably to the new area. And I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that grass plant there. I think it'll look better once I move the hydrangea. Also, our lovely cousins gave us these big, beautiful rocks. We added some right here for some nice little curb appeal, and then we added a couple more right here. So I like the look that it's giving, and definitely want to get some more rocks because they're really pretty. Jordan's out here riding his bike. They're really pretty, and I just think it gives it a nice look. Look at everything is so happy, which makes me very happy. But look at how good this area looks. So from the last video, if you remember, this grass plant was huge. It filled in that whole spot. I took it apart, I spread it out, and I put one here. These ones, they're okay, but they're still alive. They're going to bounce back. I know they are. I've had this grass. This is not the first time I've done this with this type of grass. It will come back. It will be happy eventually. It's not too bad, but it is a little brown. So there it is. I've gotten pretty far. The boys are being a huge help, but I still have to, oops, go right there. Take all that out. It's quite a bit. So I'll probably have to finish tomorrow because it's getting kind of dark. Hey guys, well, it's another day. I've been working on this. I didn't show you everything because I just didn't think it was important, but I want to show you what I've done so far. And I don't even know if it'll show you. My kids are over here playing, but let me show you what I've done so far. I finished everything, like as far as taking the grass out. I didn't think it was important to show you guys that. Kind of boring. And then I went ahead and lined this with the, what is it called? Vigoro, like, it's like a border. So this stuff right here. I was going to use this one, but it was pretty old. I didn't like the shape of it, so I went ahead and did this one. And then I got these at Home Depot to anchor it down. And now I'm going to go back and get my weed block to lay down. It just helps control the weeds a little bit more. It's a bit stronger too. And I'm going to lay that down. And then from there, I will plant my big boxwoods that we got. All right, for the next part, I'm going to be laying some Vigoro weed control. This is a medium duty. Hopefully I have enough, which I think so. I feel like this is a good size roll. And then I got my gloves. I've got my hammer, and I've got some fabric garden staples to pin this down. And this is what I'm going to do next, and some scissors. It's all laid out. We're all finished with this part. Next, I'm going to go get my boxwoods. We're going to measure out because I'm going to be putting 2 boxwoods, about like 1 here and 1 here, as long as it measures correctly. And then we'll gradually fill in the rest with other plants through the next couple years. So this is what I want it to look like. Of course, it's going to be balls. I'm going to show you a picture right here of what our vision is via ChatGPT. So I want to make them into balls. I did measure them, spacing them 43 inches apart. These are my beautiful boxwoods. They are 3 gallons and a quarter, and they are huge. We got these for $15, saving 20 bucks each one at the garden center in Walmart. Look at how massive they are. They're kind of crazy right now, but I want them to really fill in, so I'm not going to trim them. Maybe like some of these ridiculously long ones I will, but that's pretty much it. But I'm really loving the way it looks, and I can't wait to get them in the ground. All right, so far so good. We got 1 in the ground, 3 more to go. So this is the area now. I really love it. I'm still debating if I want to put another shrub right over here. I might do that since that's what ChatGPT told me to do. So we'll see. But we really just wanted some added privacy, even though the fence does have privacy. We just want a little bit more so you don't see everything that's going on over there. I think it's going to be a really pretty addition. Look at that. I just love it. And then you can see the new bushes over there. This is like my new hangout area. I just love it. Now I just need to get a bunch of mulch. We want to like look into this company that does a big mulch drop. Of course you have to pay for it, but it's good brown mulch. Our yard is so big that we can't do the bag thing. It's too much money. We'll definitely save more money if we just go that route. And this is the water fountain. I think that these plants already look bigger since the last video. What do you guys think? I'll post a before clip. And now the after. And I just think, wow. I totally see some of the plants taller, especially this lavender. These little plants that I cannot remember their name right now. They're definitely wider. Everything looks really happy, but our fountain has taken a turn. The pump has stopped working. Well, it's working, but it's barely doing anything, so we just turned it off. I got to get some algae drops and a new pump that's stronger, something that can really give us the effect and the sound that we want. Bought 1 bag of mortar, which I realize that's not a lot, but I just kind of want to see how this is going to go. So this is the top portion. You can see how there's a lot of grass. There's so many spider webs, so I'm definitely going to be having my gloves on. But you know, the kids like to step on this. The rocks go rolling down our hills, and then they mess up the rocks. Like, look, you can see rocks everywhere. It's also dangerous, so I really want to try to do my best to create some kind of wall for aesthetically pleasing reasons, but also because I want them to be safe. This job is quickly becoming more than I remembered. I do have, believe it or not, a little bit of like weed block in here. You could see it under the dirt, but I want to try to clean some of the dirt out, or maybe leave the dirt as a boundary. I've looked at a lot of videos. However, I still don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm not a professional, but I have seen a crazy amount of spiders. Like, this guy is huge. Here's, oh gosh. All right, this is the mortar concrete mix that I'm going to be using. So I guess it's concrete. I thought I got mortar, but oh, it's 60 pounds. High strength concrete mix. I got my tools, I got my gloves, I got a little bit mixed up. I'm gonna attempt to like put some down. I'm gonna put this big guy down first and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know how professionals do this. And I realized that this is the consistency I want. I think I had it too dry before. It says like an oatmeal, not too runny, not too thick. So here's the wall from the top. Not too bad, right? I mean, I have a long way to go, and this was just with one bag of concrete mix. I do have to like smooth it out a little bit more before I head in, but I can see right now I'm gonna have a ton of leftover rocks. So I'm not really quite sure what I'm gonna do with all that. I have a lot of big rocks too. So I may have bit off more than I can chew because there's a lot and this is all I did. And it took me a long time. Some of the things I have to do on a regular basis is water my plants. So I have to bring my hose all the way down here. It's a whole process. It's a lot of work. And when that sun is beating down and I need to water my plants, pain in the butt. It'd be really cool one day if we can get like a faucet down here, but I don't know. That probably costs a really pretty penny. Taking donations, you guys. But yeah, it's a whole process because like I said, some of these plants, I've been trying to find plants that will not have to take that much water, but it's a very dry area. There's no sprinklers down here, and when summer hits Washington, we don't get very much rain. We do get some, but it's not like our usual rain, and so the plants that are coming up for the summer, they kind of freak out. So I cannot go on summer vacations, at least not for too long, because I'm like, babe, my plants. But, you know, it's a labor of love. That's what I always tell you guys. And I will do this until I can no longer. So I'm watering these plants. My kids are over here playing on the swing. One doesn't have shoes. But I wanted to show you guys this. It's not doing so well. I don't know. I don't think this plant's going to make it. It's losing a lot of its pretty green color. I've been watering it, but I don't feel like anything I plant here survives this spot or that little empty spot by the wood over there either. So I don't know. Hopefully next year it'll spring up some new life, but we'll see. But look, hey, this hosta is still insanely green. I'm so proud of you. A couple other ones have been struggling. This hosta's first bad year, and then if you remember, I had a little, what was it, a hydrangea right here, and I moved it and it's doing great. So I'm gonna show you guys that too. This Hellebores is definitely one of those ones that if it doesn't get watered every couple of days, it has a little panic attack and starts laying on the ground. This Hellebores has been here, gosh, from before we lived here, from the previous owners, and it's always been extremely happy. I think I've kind of spoiled it though with watering it, and that's okay. I want my plants to look their best, and this gives me a lot of peace and joy, to be honest. And I'm sure if you're a plant lover like me, you know what I'm talking about. It's called free therapy. Right, this is the area where I went ahead and put that little hydrangea I was telling you about. But look at this. I don't know, you guys. This thing is already growing. I can tell it's way happier here. I'm not even watering it any more than I was. I think it just gets a bit more shade, but I can already see new leaves in there. Look at that. I'm so proud. All right, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed the new things that we've been doing to our home. And like I said, I hope it inspires you. I will be seeing you guys again soon when I give you guys that fall, like September video and maybe something in between. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.